Hello everybody, welcome to my tutorial. We're going to do the Way to Goat stamp set tonight. So that's on page 105 of the catalog. So that's the stamp set there, and that's the page. And they have really cute examples on that page. I'm also going to show you the paper I'm going to use for this card. So that's on page 148 in Good Taste Designer Series paper. So that's at the bottom there. So we're going to use the paper with this one here. So in order to make the two cards, I only used a little bit of the sheet. I didn't use much of the sheet at all. And so we're going to make this card tonight. And we're going to use the Way to Goat stamp set. So that's that one there. And it's super cute. Hi, Jane. It's a super cute set. It's got a little bit of like ground on it, so you can have them standing on the ground. There's like a little can here that you can get them eating out of. This one has a little flower in his mouth. That's super cute. So I'm just going to give you what I cut out for the card. So the first one is Whisper White cardstock, and I cut out 4 3/4 by 3.5 inches of just white cardstock. The second color I use is Rococo Rose, and it's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inch. And then I use In Good Taste Designer Series paper, which is 2.5 by 4 inches. And then the Sahara Sand card base, so that is 8.5 by 5.5 inches, and then you just score it down the middle, so it's cut like that, and then you just score it down the middle to make the fold. So we're just going to start by doing so I'm going to show you doing the little goat there. So I have it on the block here. I'm just going to put my book on the floor, and I'm going to move you guys down. Alright, I'll move that out so you can see. Alright. So what we're going to start with is we're going to put the paper, so we're going to just glue the Rococo Rose down first. And again, I'm using the new Stampin' Seal. And for some reason this one sometimes takes a little bit to get started. And I might run out because I've been using the same one for a while. So we're just going to glue that down. So just like that. And the second part is you want to take your white piece. So I'm going to show you this one. So when you cut this piece out, what I did is I just I went to the paper and I looked at where it stepped up. So say right here it steps up. So I would just cut this one and this one and the third one. So and then cut it by. So it would make that piece. So you can make it a little bit shorter, but you just would cut that piece to make it, and you can make it a little bit higher if you want, but that's how I would cut it out. You would just cut up there, and up there with your scissors, just to make that step. So what you're going to do first is you're going to line this up of where you're going to put it down, and you're going to take your bottom piece And you're going to take a little pencil and you're going to mark where you're going to put the top of that. So just a little dot, so you barely can see it. So just a little dot of the pencil, and that's where you're going to stamp your goat. Alrighty. So you're going to use Memento because we're going to use the Stampin' Blends, and with the Stampin' Blends you need your Memento. So we're just going to stamp him down right, put his toes right on that dot. So just right there. Alright, so once you have him, once you have her, I think she's a her. Once you have her stamped, I don't know, and I put lots of pink in her to make her even more pretty and look more like a little girl. I always call everything him. So what you're going to do is start with your dark petal pink, and you're going to color in her eyelids. You're going to color in the tip of her nose. You're going to color in her tummy. And you're going to color in her hooves. And her flaps of her ears. So just right underneath her ears. And I think that's the only pink that I put on. And then you're going to take your dark crumb cake and you're going to highlight. So you're just going to go over the little pieces. So you probably can't see that very well. So I just took the dark petal pink and I just went over her I'm not sure why everything's, there we go. Doing everything backwards tonight. Her ears, her eyelids, her tummy, and then her hooves. And then you're going to take the dark crumb cake and we're just going to highlight her little, every time there's kind of a little fluff of hair, you're just going to highlight that. And then highlight inside her leg. And then a bit on her hair, where the tuft of hair is on the top of her little head. And then her ears. I think that's all I did. So when you look at it, that's how it's going to look. So it looks pretty funny right now, but once you blend with the Stampin' Blends like you're supposed to do with them, it'll all blend in really pretty. So we're going to take our, I'm going to use the big side just to go over most of it, and then the little side to just go over the hooves of her. So you use the light color and then you blend everything in. So as you notice, as I'm blending, it's getting rid of the darkness of it and it's blending it in. So that's what the Stampin' Blends are for. And that's why they're given their name, because they blend in very nicely. And I think I forgot to put the little hooves on the pink color on the top. So I'm going to go back and do that. If you want to highlight anything a little bit more, you can just go over it with that color. So just like that. When you blend it all in, it will look like that. And then we're going to stamp down the little saying. So it says, "Happy birthday, you old goat." And I thought that one was funny. And we're going to use the Rococo Rose stamp pad for that. And I have it on this board already, so let me find it here. So the Rococo Rose, and we're just going to stamp it up here. Now all of my new stamps are very wet, so hopefully it doesn't smudge a little bit. So just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put that away right away. And we're going to take our goat. And you're going to put that down. You're just going to glue it down with your Stampin' Seal. And just give it a border around, just like that. Okay. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to take our paper, our bricks, and you're going to put dimensionals on the back of that to make it look like she's stepping on it, and that it's block. So what you're going to do is you're just going to make sure it doesn't kind of fall down. So because you don't want it to dip in the middle, so more than less of the Stampin' Dimensionals will work a little bit better and make it look a little more real. So just like that. So 7 dimensionals, which is like probably the most I've ever used on any card. And then you're just going to set it under her feet. So just like that. So it looks like she's standing right on top of it. And that's it. It's a pretty simple card, and it's really easy to do. And you can pretty much do any type of little animal probably standing on top of the blocks. I thought it was cute because it looks like she's dancing, but we don't have any music paper in our book anymore. So I couldn't find a way of making her dance because I was going to put music notes around her and have her dancing, and maybe dancing with a partner and do another like stamp, do the reflection technique and have her dancing with a partner. But I don't have any music paper anymore, so that's kind of sad. Anyways, that's our card. So if you want to come and join me on Tuesday, so Tuesday I'll be doing the Spotlight technique and with the Hooray to You stamp set. So if you want to come back and join me then, I will see you then on Tuesday at 6:30. Have a great night. Thanks for everybody for joining me, and hope you can join me on Tuesday.